Good morning, my esteemed viewers. You're welcome to today's program, Political Angle. Yes, I have a question this morning, and that question is, can a Peter Obi-led coalition remove Tinubu come 2027? I repeat, can a Peter Obi-led coalition remove Tinubu come 2027? It is clear that Peter Obi is part of the coalition, very clear. It is also clear that Peter Obi will be leading the coalition as the presidential candidate. It is also clear. Now, another thing that is clear, Peter Obi will be running for 4 years. Yes, Peter Obi will be running for 4 years. There is a video in respect of this. Let's watch this video. We'll be right back for more analysis.
What you can call an unwritten agreement is that our power will go soft and not. And if that arrangement is to be followed strictly, I didn't put that arrangement, but if you follow it strictly, you will see that anybody, not just me, who happen to come from the South as president in 2027 must be ready to leave on the 28th, not 29th of May 2031. I didn't say 29, 28. And if you know me, I campaign for zoning. I champion zoning in Anambra State. That is one of the reasons today some people felt we must deal with this man. I insisted on it, I maintained it, and I followed it to the letter till the last minute. Until today, I still follow it religiously in that state. Let me assure you, my character and integrity is far more important to me. Just like I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria, if I have opportunity and the agreement is for 2 years, I'll vote for 2 years. In 2 years, I will be able to bring competency, capacity, and compassion into governance.
Now, Peter Obi says that he respects zoning from south to north. This is what we have been saying all the while, that whatever the coalition is going to present, they must present a southern candidate. If not, the coalition is going to lose. Yes, we have been saying it ever since. Some people say, even though it's Atiku and Obi, let them just remove Tinubu. No, there's an arrangement, an unwritten constitution. Because northern Nigeria will not agree for you when it is the 8 years of the south has elapsed. Northern Nigeria will change them for you whenever you want to say a southerner should become president beyond 2031. Peter Obi says that even though it is 2 years, he has integrity, he keeps his word. Even though it is 2 years, he will accept 2 years. But within that 2 years, he will show working. So it is very clear. The blind can see, the deaf can hear that Peter Obi is leading the coalition. I don't know what other evidences you need to support the claim that Peter Obi is leading that coalition. The question is, would northern Nigeria, however, throw in all their support for the southern candidate called Peter Obi? Does Peter Obi has what it takes to win the elections? Remember, politics is not emotions. Politics is strategy. Politics is showing workings. Well, there are so many things that is against Peter Obi, and there are so many things that is for a Peter Obi. We'll not talk on that on this broadcast, but we are looking at what the APC and the coalition will bring to the table come 2027. That's what we're looking at today. What can the APC, in terms of mobilization, in terms of campaigns and election, convincing the people on what they have done to warrant voting APC again, what would the APC and what would the coalition bring to the table? But before we look at the APC and coalition, let's look at the henchmen. My other broadcast, I said this is a battle. The final battle. By the first week of July, we will know the people that are the henchmen, because we already know Tinubu as the presidential candidate. That one is clear. There's nothing. Tinubu as the presidential candidate of the APC. We know by proxy or by speculations or by reports, recent alleged reports and whatever, that P2P is the candidate of the coalition. We have only two parties come 2027. Every other person is just wasting their time. So we don't know who is the vice presidential candidate of Tinubu. Likely Kwankwaso Dogara. Yes. We don't know who is the vice presidential candidate of P2B. People are suggesting Ahmed Dati. So beyond that, let's look at the team of the coalition and the team of the APC. Now, when you look at the team of the APC, it looks like a regional, like it is mostly Southwesterners that are defending the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu from online to offline. It looks so. I was conducting an interview on somebody, and the person said something about the APC and Tinubu. Somebody listened, like, was listening to what this guy was saying. He said, the guy was saying, Tinubu don't destroy Nigeria. We are hungry. The person listening was angry. A Southwesterner. He said, now today Nigeria don't spoil. So both offline and online, the Southwest seems to be in the majority that will be defending Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then we have the obedient movement. We have the articulate, whatever. We have the Aero5 factor. We have the CPC factor. And those that are bearing grudges with the APC, they are in the coalition. The APC, they are more organized. They are more organized. The guys, I don't know. I doff my cap for the APC when it comes to this propaganda. Note, propaganda is not necessarily lies. Propaganda, I would say, they are not lies. To a large extent, I will always try to define propaganda for you, because when I said the Southwest did not do propaganda, then every other person, so people are angry. What is propaganda? Everybody does propaganda when he wants to suit his own personal interest, or he has his own personal intention. He wants to achieve a thing. Now, I used to use this my cover. Let's say this is silver color and this is white. How does propaganda operate? Propaganda is that I have an agenda that I want to propagate. Propagate my agenda to you. I want to convince you that this thing I'm holding is white. When I show you here, it is white. I will not show you the silver part of it. It's only white I want to show you. It's white I want to focus on. For instance, if the president does something that is off it, they will not look at it. They will not address the inconsistencies of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but they will address the inconsistencies of the coalition. They will divert your attention to the inconsistencies of the coalition and also the good jobs that the president is doing. President do something that is beyond. For instance, in an examination, maybe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 40. They will hype it. They will hype it as if president scored 80. That's propaganda. Propaganda is using a fact to push your intention. So I hope you understand what propaganda is. So it is now, propaganda-wise, the coalition is not ready for propaganda because Nigerians are emotional people. You need to speak to their emotions. Nigerians are emotional people. Nigerians don't research. They don't look at the facts. They don't have an ideology which they stick by. Nigerians are anywhere but their face. That's why propaganda really worked on Nigerians 2015 by the APC. Propaganda has been working. And Nigerians are so religious that they have hatred in them. That religion also helped them to be so gullible. Religion helps people to be gullible. I tell you. A greater number of persons might have benefited from religion, but a greater number, they are more dumb and gullible. So with the population that we have, what works is propaganda. Propaganda. Nobody is a saint. Tinubu, not a saint. Peter Obi, not a saint. Anybody in the coalition, nobody is a saint. But that good side of your candidate, that is what you're going to sell to the people. That's what journalism does. That's what they call gatekeeping. You know, a gate man is standing on the gate. It is the person that the gate man would allow to enter. Now that person go enter. And the person the gate man allow me come out. Now with the interest of the gate man is what demands that somebody goes out and comes in. So the APC has a formidable team already arranged to fire their rockets and ballistic missiles against the coalition. I don't know whether the coalition they are yet organized to run the propaganda. It is a propaganda war, and the highest propagandist will win. That is elections. I told you that politics is not emotions. Politics is not sentiment. Politics is your strategy. How do you win? The good way, strategy, doing good, strategy, doing it the other way. And I've said it before that the APC is not ready at any point in time for anything called election, free and fair elections. Count the APC out of it. Because from what I've noticed, see, it is not enough for us to, when I do some of my broadcasts, some people would believe that this guy is an Igbo boy, he's pushing an agenda. See, let me tell you my agenda. Let them restructure Nigeria, my agenda. Any other thing, you don't know. APC does not have the mandate of the people on the streets. APC has the mandate of the institutions that can sway voters. Like I said, Nigerians are emotional people. APC has the tool to sway their emotions to vote for them on election day. Now, you are impoverished, hungry, they catch you. Your purchasing power has reduced. You are dragging and begging and looking for your daily meal, which is an instrumentation of politicians. Politicians are responsible for such, so that they can make you pauper. So when an election is presented to you, a hungry person is looking for food. A hungry person will not think straight. A hungry person will not even think of fighting for his rights. A hungry person is looking for survival. Now, the APC will give you false hope. At the end of the day, they will use, whether it is monetary, whether it is fiscal, whether it is spiritual, they will use what they have to make sure that you vote for them. So what is the coalition bringing on board? Like I said, the coalition has a lot of tools. A lot of things that this current government has done. The coalition has a lot to do in order to paint a picture of this current administration. And it will be clear for Nigerians to even start thinking twice. I know that the APC, they have successfully painted a picture of tribe, ethnicity. When it comes to the obedient P2B and Labour Party, they have, when you start painting something, it takes time for the image start manifesting. So the APC over the past 2 years have been painting the movement, the obedient movement, painting it as an Igbo, gaslighting the Yorubas are part of the movement, bringing a narrative. That is the work of politicians. So it seems like they have gotten a lot of people on their side from the southwest. After they have succeeded in painting P2P, you see the space they had on Twitter yesterday. We heard that 10,000 listeners were listening anonymously. 194,000 people were listening. Out of 194,000, 10,000 people were listening anonymously. It tells you a lot about a P2P. Whatever that is being projected by the APC at this point in time might not be the total truth, like just propaganda. They are not showing the silver side, they are showing the white side. Yes. And somehow propaganda is in reflex a campaign strategy for your opponent. If you are always talking about somebody or something over and over again for a repeated number of times, you are talking about the person, you are giving that person cheap publicity. And you know one thing about human beings is that if you talk about a person, some people will be now concerned. Let me know this guy, what they are saying about this guy. Is it true? And if that person looks at the guy and sees that you are playing, you are doing the propaganda on the guy, they will now have to even like the person the more. So talking about the P2B somehow is giving the young man cheap publicity at the end of the day. So the coalition does not have the team, the media team, to stand the media team of the APC. They don't get. No, they have not even started. They have 21 months too. I don't know how they are going to do it. Yes, the APC has political power. They have the institutions under their beck and call. You see, the reason why we have many Southwesterners are being fixed in the government, left, right, center. Most of them should be loyalists. They are the eyes and ears of the president everywhere. So you see them left, right, center, front, back, and everything. The APC has eyes and ears everywhere. I don't know whether they have eyes and ears in the coalition. Whether the coalition already have moles. I had a report that Aregbesola have refused to join the coalition as secretary. There's a position they gave him. He said, my wife told me that the way I'm running too fast. Let me just soft pedal. So according to reports, he rejected a big position in the coalition. I've said it before, I don't trust Ifeanyi. I don't trust Aregbesola. When you talk about coalition, at this critical point in time, people that work with Tinubu, and you tell me that these people are going to go against him. Well, however, so what are the calculations? What are the calculations? The calculations is that the southern part of Nigeria is secured for the coalition. P2B may create a spoiler depending on how his media team and how his people handle the propaganda. P2B may become a big spoiler to Tinubu in the southern part of Nigeria. But I'm going to be very assured of you that northern Nigeria has the coalition. If not, Tinubu might have a lot of votes in northern Nigeria, but the coalition has northern Nigeria. I'm telling you. Let Erufai and Malame and Co do their job. Run the BBC, whatever. That their BBC Hausa, where they pass their I don't know the kind of information they pass in that their BBC. When they speak their Hausa language to them, everybody, it is. They even said that the new political party that is coming out will shock everybody. Okay. I don't know. we are wait 3 days. So northern Nigeria belongs to the coalition. Southern Nigeria belongs to the APC. Now it depends on the candidacy of both the coalition and the APC, the deputy candidacy. It seems it is clear that Shettima is leaving. We are all doing speculations at this point in time. But after the APC convention, we'll get a candidate. Heaven will not fall if Shettima leave, since heaven did not fall when Ganduje resigned for Kwankwaso to come in. So you see what about Tinubu is that he does what he does, and he doesn't care whose ox is God. He believes that it is for the greater good. Greater good. When the APC talks about greater good, sometimes I wonder, is it for Nigerians or is it for the elite or politicians? Because the greater good, we know they really see them in action at this moment, at this point in time. We know they see them in action. I tell you. So if a Dogara is there, if a Kwankwaso is there, man, it's going to be a big one. A Kwankwaso is going to be a big one for the coalition, a big pill for the coalition to swallow. But Amedati, well, I don't know. I'm not in the coalition, so I don't know the options that are available, and I don't know who and who will pull it more weight from northern Nigeria. They need a fanatic. We are talking politics here. They need a fanatic. It's not. I'm not appealing to your emotions. Though. They need a fanatic that will deputize a P2B so that 2027 will be very, very interesting. Maybe they scatter Nigeria. I did tell you. See, when Nigeria continues in its existence, is depriving many people of fulfilling their dreams. I'm telling you, that's the main fact. Nigeria continuing in the way it is now would deprive many people of fulfilling their God-given talents, abilities, and dreams, because some persons have hijacked the process. Okay, so I am very happy that the coalition is respecting, according to P2B, maybe they can change mind, Fulani is respecting the South North. Beyond whether it is Atiku or P2B, I know that there will be critical changes. Whether it is Asiwaju or Peter Obi, I know that there will be critical changes in governance. Peter Obi will enter. You want to do good man. He will expose a lot of people and a lot of things. The elites that have been sabotaging the country, they don't really want Peter Obi. The elite will want to make sure that Asiwaju returns, because Asiwaju is the policies and the governance of Asiwaju is only benefiting them to a large extent. Okay, before this, they never implement tax. So let me tell you the tax that Nigerians are paying. MTN, your internet, your data, increased tax. That one increased day. I used to buy 2.5 gig for 600 naira, but I think 2.5 gig now is 900 naira. So they are taking 900 naira at every 300 naira extra. I'm paying tax 300 naira every time I do my data. 900 naira, and I do like 3-4 times a week. Then we go to transactions. If you are sending 10,000, they deduct. I have 10,000. I'm sending 10,000 to somebody, they will deduct. That person receiving 10,000, they will deduct tax from the banks. Both money, all of them, money point, all of them. Why would these people not declare trillions of naira? Before Buhari, your transportation is like, out of your 100,000, you spend 30,000 for transportation. After Buhari Tinubu entered, your 100,000 is still there, and you are paying like 60 to 70,000 from transportation. So every week they are collecting tax of 30,000 from you. I like to explain some of these things so that a layman will understand. Then this tax bill is coming. They will now see what they call C. I've told you that the tax is just like NIN. You will get tax ID. So they'll be monitoring your expenses from your account. Celebrities, and I don't hear that. The government will have more money, and what the government does with more money is down and no can know. All the more money they have had in the past, they have not used it to do anything tangible for Nigerians. No water, central water system, electricity, with all the money, trillions of naira they have been collecting. They will put people that have questionable character, they will steal the money, they will not still bail them. Look at Yaya Bello. So, a certain president, Obi go enter there, he go expose a lot of things. Tinubu go enter there, he go show not to win. So not they are fighting for their political survival. Not fighting for political survival because they don't want to. They are afraid Tinubu has a plan for them, and that plan can relegate them from the sands of time. It can just disappear from political relevance, especially a set of people that are in the coalition. And Tinubu is ready to groom a new people. Politicians are everywhere. Politicians, they are greediness, but greediness. See, Northern Nigeria can get divided if they pump money. The ruling party pump money there. Everybody they show themselves, they shake it, they fight themselves. But however, what pains me the most is that Nigerians will not be having anything called good governance anymore. It is all sitting down, watching the politicians fighting themselves and trying to prove to us that they are the people that can fix the country. Well, the people that destroy the country will want to come and try to prove to me that they can fix the country. Nobody should be that.